Apart from being a beautiful event, it's a brutal event. So yeah, let's see how that Hemel Aarde Valley goes, and then the nice headwind going from Caledon to Van Brakel. So let's see. Definitely the bike and the run stronger, and then swim for survival.
It's going to be a tough race, judging from what we learned from the guys last year. It's going to be a challenging bike course, a bit of wind out there today. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good challenge. It's a brutal bike course, but that's what we're here for, challenge ourselves. Absolutely, I'm so lucky. Most people never ever get to come to Hermanus, and here we get to actually do a sport that we love in such a beautiful area.
Yes, no, the Hermanus is a beautiful setting for a thing like this. The town is always open for tourists and open for sport events, so it's actually a great venue. And I really hope this venue, this triathlon is going to become bigger and bigger in the years coming. Yes, definitely. I think it's a good preparation for your half Ironman distance triathlons. It's a good preparation for a full distance triathlon. So yes, I definitely think it's one to be done. Yes.
The new harbour is the safest location within this Walker Bay area. It's protected from winds and from swell, and so it's a natural. It's got the beautiful setting of the mountains, it's got the rock faces of the old harbour. The old harbour is just a little bit less easy to get into, so as a 2-lap swim, it's got loads of parking, a great transition area. It really works. I mean, it's where the whales are spotted from. There's whales there every single day this time of the year. So tomorrow these families are going to enjoy walking along on tired legs, looking at whales, maybe going on a whale cruise. Lekker place to spend a weekend. Yeah, the guys were very lucky. I mean, the westerly wind clears up, the water gets ice blue. It's magnificent to look at. You saw the pictures last year on the videos. It was spectacular and smooth, but it's cold. So today, the easterly was on it. It chums up the water. It creates a bit of chop, which is not ideal going out, but you get the push coming home. But they got 16.8 degrees. Honestly, by any terms, that's a comfortable swim. So what was a real fear factor from the Joburg guys, and the Durban guys in particular, it was a complete non-event. The water was warm today, so that's a bonus.
Today the conditions were a bit tough. It was very choppy out there, but we swam in the harbour, so that was really nice. Doesn't happen very often. So harbour was nice. The moment we got out, it was very choppy and it was difficult to get your stroke, but still absolutely beautiful. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was very nice.
So it's not too cold, a bit cold on the face when you enter, but just a bit choppy on the second loop. But other than that, it's amazing. Yeah, I know it's a nice swim. It's a nice one to go harder.
Yeah, so we want obviously people to experience a bit of Hermanus, and you know, the old harbour's a classic. The Bintangs Cave, the front where all the restaurants are. So we had a lovely little cruise along there, and that's where they're putting on their shoes. They're just getting in the zone. They're just actually warming up. So rather than getting out and full tilting on the highway, we've taken them for a natural scenic cruise through the town of Hermanus along the Cliff Path Road. It's very pretty, so they get to experience some of this magnificent, such a well-known town that hasn't had a triathlon in history. Well, what's critical about a long-distance bike course is that you need to make sure that it's not draft-friendly, because drafting is a nightmare. Drafting is, I mean, it's cheating. A lot of guys don't really realize they're doing it, the beginners, but ultimately, as long as it can't happen, you've got no issue. Here, with the hills, we've got 4 very big climbs. We've got loads of rolling hills in between. It's almost draft-proof. And the beauty of a point-to-point route like this is that you stay on one side, you're not coming back again with the same guys going out and back. So the chance of seeing other people and pulling into bunches is absolutely non-existent. So, I mean, the refs laughed today. They didn't have one incident of drafting the whole day. So it's a test, a proper test. It's point to point, so the views change the whole way. You don't get views and then see the same thing coming home. We went through the winelands, we went through the forest areas, we went through what's almost like the Karoo, then we went through the crags and the passes at the end. It changes all day long. I know the guys who were suffering didn't really see much of that, but if you're looking around you, which you should do, this is A, beautiful, B, a real test. It's got more climbing than any other half Ironman in this continent, and then ultimately it's rewarded with an easy run afterwards. So I think it's special, it's memorable, it's beautiful, and it's fair. critical that it's fair. Again, we didn't come here to get fast times, PBs, all that stuff. You can go to races where everyone drafts, where it's flat, all the rest. This is a race you're going to remember for all time and take with some real pride.
Yeah, it was a tough, hard, and like I said, a honest bike course. But yeah, no, beautiful as well. Yeah, no, it's definitely worth it. Like I said, yeah, you get to see some places you always just drive too fast with the car. So yeah, just take out and enjoy the scenery at some points as well, especially on the climbs you aren't going as fast. So then you can just might as well take a view down the beautiful valley, and it's definitely worth a visit. Yeah, coming back. The water points was brilliant. It's also a long day for the guys there, especially in the wind and the heat. And yeah, so no, hats off to the volunteers and the people supplying the water, and it was on point. Thank you.
You cannot help to be inspired if you stand here and see the guys performing and feel the wind blowing. You know that they had to battle against this wind and see how they're still going on. And then the stories of inspiration of people that has had like drawbacks in their own lives, and they come here and they compete and they overcome.
I can tell you I'm absolutely thrilled. If it wasn't for the fact that every single person who walked across and said, oh my God, I am absolutely broken, but then they always followed up with, but I loved it. That's all we want. It's a memorable day. Look at Comrades Marathon. Look at the Cape Epic. Look at the Tour de France. People want to achieve real stuff. You can knock off a half Ironman distance race any weekend. Truth is, a 10K run, a 21K run. You know, these things are doable for fit people in their sleep. When they come out here and they suffer for 7-8 hours, when Matt Troutman is an hour slower than he was in China, then you know that even he's going to look himself and say, I nailed that one. So that's great. I think that's what will attract people, but I don't think it gets much better, and I'm getting high fives from everybody saying, don't change anything, we absolutely love it. And people to say they're coming back when it's just finished and they've just smashed themselves to pieces. I don't need more endorsement than that.
It's tough, but I think that's the nice part of the triathlon community. The people, it's nice about this course as well. So it's 3 laps of about 7 Ks each, and you get the chance to cross a few people on the path on an out and back type of setup, and everyone's like in good spirits and greeting each other. Although you can see everyone is suffering on their faces, you still greet a guy, and that's what all the camaraderie and the community of triathlon is all about. So yeah, it's great fun.
Yeah, it's been only 1 year, probably a year commercially, and we're just going from strength to strength, and it's exciting, not without challenges, but really going places now, and we're getting ready for the summer, and we're ready to go. It's all about the intrinsics, and that is about the health wave. So we're low sugar, we're natural flavours, and we're no colorants. So we're the no bollocks of soft drinks. What you see is what you get. But it's also a lifestyle brand. You know, we believe in living a little purer, getting out there with people, being part of people's lives. Lovely. I mean, that's nice because we're not just about the elite athlete. We're about everybody, and those recreational runners have got need for refreshments and living a little pure as well. So it's great that it works for everybody, you know.
Toughest, but we want to be the work was worth it.